Today, our panel will be talking about how can SMEs grow their business outside of Indonesia. So before we start with our panel, I want to you guys introduce yourself. So can we start it from Pak Edi? Please, Pak.
Hello everyone. My name is Eddie Christian. So I'm the co-founder of Livasa.com. Livasa.com is an online marketplace for a interior and furniture product. So our goal is to actually empower Indonesian wood craftsmanship so that they can have platform to sell their product. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mario with the U.S. Assemblies Council, and I work for the SME engagement for the council. U.S. Assemblies Council is an advocacy body that the American companies have in Southeast Asia, and I work with the SME engagement, and we try to empower SMEs across the region. And I will tell you more about that in the discussion later.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for be present in this session. My name is Brian Tillard. I'm working as the executive at Martina Berto public listed company, one of the subsidiary business unit that public listed in the Indonesia Stock Exchange, part of Marta Tillard Group. So Marta Tillard Group is of course, you guys know that the majority of the business is the beauty and personal care, but Marta Tillard Group is in the diverse industry, consumers. So beauty and personal care is the core, and we have the logistics, sales distribution, creative agency, labor outsourcing company, and labor outsourcing and contract manufacturing business. So I'm the second generation in the group. So the group was established by Mrs. Marta Tillard and the family. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adi Putra. I'm head of seller engagement Lazada Indonesia. So mostly my responsibility is about to empowering all the sellers in Lazada, especially for the SMEs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak. Our panel today will highlight it about how can SME grow their business outside Indonesia. Indonesia is predicted to become the largest e-commerce market in the coming years. So how can SME take advantage of online retailing and scale up their business outside the country? So we are going to start the question with Pak Edi. Pak Edi, Livasa is an online marketplace for interior products. So how does it grow so far?
Well, we started Livasa back in 2015. So we started it because we see problem in finding a good furniture product. So basically, what I tried at that time is to renovate my own room. So it's so hard to find a really good product, especially like a wood products. That's how we see as an opportunity and as a problem as well that need to be solved by technology. That's why we started Livasa.com back in 2015. So far, we keep growing. So right now, we help all the SME, UKM, pengrajin kayu in Indonesia. They are close to 300 UKM that have been our seller in our platform, and then the number of product on board until now almost like 15,000 SKUs. So it will keep growing. In terms of revenue, we always grow about 4 times every year on year. So it keep growing, and then the market is still big, especially with the development of properties, hotels, restaurant, and any other business co-working space. So even like growing outside of Indonesia itself. So we exported to Korea, we exported to Thailand, and also Singapore.
So it is very interesting that you said that Livasa has 300 SME right now, right? So how do they take advantage of the online retailing?
Right. So that's actually a good question. The reason why we started Livasa.com, the reason why we use technology to solve the problem is we see 4 points that we need to give to our sellers, right? So the first thing, what we call data. I think nowadays data is very important, and how you manage the data itself, right? All these SME or UKM, they don't really have the data, like let's say, who like our product, which type of product, and what color is the product, or which area that they want to sell. So the first thing that we provide to them is data. That's how they can marginalize from our platform. Secondly is the connectivity. So if you want to buy something from, let's say, Sulawesi, but you are living in Java, right? So the connectivity, it's either you fly to Sulawesi and you source for your product, or you can use a platform, which is livasa.com at this point. To search for your products, right? So number 2 is connectivity that we're trying to give to this UKM. Number 3 is the innovation. So we developed livasa.com, the website, and also the mobile apps, user-friendly, so they can use it. So the last one that we want to give to them is the value, how they can grow their business, how our team can help them building their own business, because all these businesses are SMEs, and we want them to grow with us as well. That's why we develop those and help them and scale the business outside of Indonesia.
Okay. When did you started to export the products outside Indonesia, and how did you do it?
Okay, so everything that you put online, it's open for everyone, right? So it's a matter of are you searchable or not, right? So I think back in 2016, 2 years ago, people keep coming to us from Korea, from Thailand and Singapore, asking for certain type of products. It's a wood product. It's very unique product from Indonesia, especially a wood product from Indonesia, because Indonesia have a variety range of good quality wood compared to any other country in the region, especially to like our neighboring countries. So that's how people looking for Indonesian product through our platform. So start exporting 2016.
So you just a few months after you started Livasa.
Right. I
Wow.
think, yeah, about 10 months. 10 months after we
Interesting.
started. Yeah, 10 to 12 months. So yeah, it's opening opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Pak Edi. Okay, so let's go to Pak Mario. Pak Mario, how do you see the SMEs development nowadays in the region?
Yeah, so the U.S. SMEs councils, our members try to help SMEs to grow in the region. I think we've been doing this since 2011. So the council, we met with the ASEAN economic ministers, and in that ministers meeting, they told us, USABC, can you help us grow our SMEs as well? So our members are basically the 150 US multinational companies, the top in the world. So these companies, including folks like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and Visa, Mastercard, and American Express, and others, all these companies, the brands that you use is actually our members. So we try to help SMEs. I think the reason why we're doing that is we believe that the more the prosperous the region is, the better it is for American products, right? So we see that the SMEs are the driver of this growth. In ASEAN, I think maybe 95% of the business is coming from the SMEs. So I think helping them means helping us. So it is just naturally that we want to have them grow. I think in the past 4 years that we've been doing this, we've grown so big that we've trained over 5,000 SMEs across Southeast Asia in all ASEAN countries, including those places in Brunei and in Laos as well. So we saw there are two types of SMEs. One is those who are already big or started to think about export and can do export. Or second is those who are thinking, my country, Vietnam, is big enough, and everybody speaks Vietnamese, and not everybody can read like capital letters, so they will just send sell in the internal Vietnam economy. But there are also, SMEs from Singapore, from Thailand, from Malaysia, mostly who are thinking, bigger than their own market. Indonesia, I don't know if this is fortunate or unfortunate. We are a big market, so I think a lot of SMEs here focus on the country's market, this inside domestic market. So I think that's my brief observation of the SMEs in the region.
So in relation to with that, so how about the online? How about the online retailing in the region right now? Is it growing or?
I think my friend from Lazada will be able to tell that more than I do. But I think that looking at that, the growth of it, one of our member, Amazon, is thinking about expanding in this region, and they don't want to be just stay and then to be observer. They want to come here and then they want to invest as well. So that shows this market is growing. I think the digital literacy of the region, ASEAN region, also increasing. So people starting to look at online and internet. So they started to buy it. The good thing about close. China is close in terms of internet, right? So they're looking at alternative from China, which Southeast Asia is big, a very, very good prospect for that.
So is there any possibility for this SME in each country in Southeast Asia to grow their business outside Indonesia, and how to do that?
Well, definitely. I think one way to do it is I think there are a lot of tools that can actually make SMEs to grow even bigger, even better. So I think number one, I think we have to think of ASEAN as a market, not only Indonesia as a market. And then we will see there are a lot of tools provided by, I would say, a lot of companies, but especially American companies, right? I mean, folks like Facebook have Instagram, Google has a lot of training program as well. And I would have to be very discreet here because like eBay and Amazon also expanding here as well. And I think what we need is a security from security and policy that actually helps ASEAN SMEs. So payment system like MasterCard and Visa is extremely important for online trading as well. So I think there are a lot of, and then data, just now, Pa Eddie just mentioned about the importance of data. The free flow of data is very, very important there. And, at the moment, you've seen ASEAN governments, they're trying to think about regulating data and internet and so on. And this could be good, but could also be a hindrance for companies to think about export and think about outside Indonesia as a market.
So what kind of initiative that U.S. Asian Business Council has made to help this SME to grow their business?
Yeah, so like I told before, like I said before, like we did this a lot of trainings to ASEAN region. Like we've trained over 5,000 companies. Actually, in Indonesia, in 2 months we are gonna have a training in Surabaya as well. And our companies like Sampurna, like Philip Morris International, Cisco, Facebook, Google, they will also be there. We will work with the Consul General, we will work with USAID and the embassy to make sure that that we can actually reach out to a lot of SMEs around Indonesia. And then we also have this online platform, we call it ASEAN SME Academy. So basically a lot of our members who have trainings, materials, and they wanted to train SMEs, they put it online. And I can give you all the website is, but basically we put like companies like MasterCard, like put their online materials there, and PayPal as well. So they say basically they promote online payment, and they tell us how secure it is to do your business via these tools.
Okay, so later on you can share the online.
It's
website, right?
www.asean/sme/academy.com. So.
Okay, you can note that. Okay, then we go to Pak Brian Tilaar. Okay, Pak Brian. So I think among us, you lead a very huge company. So can you, as a mentor, yeah, we can say you are a mentor here. So as a mentor, how do you see the SME in Indonesia right now? Is there any opportunity for them from small company to a big company like Martina Berto or Mata Tilaar Group?
Okay, thank you for the questions. Yes, Marta Tilar Group, Martina Berto, started as a small medium enterprise too. Yeah, back to the old days. So the business Marta Tilar Group is almost 50 years, 2 years from now. So this is what I believe based on our experience that the SME, in order SME to be the medium enterprise, from medium to bigger enterprise, and of course to be the national enterprise, regional and international, the one thing is passion is very important. And the other thing is find the right partner, the right business partner is very important. This is based on our experience that back to the old days that Marta Tilaar Group was built by Mrs. Marta Tilaar and her families. And at that time, around 1975, the business still very small, home industry, garage, blah, blah, blah. And Mrs. Marta Tilaar and her families wanted to have manufacturing business, wanted to have mass products. So in order to do that, the family didn't have any experience. So the family joined with the founder, the shareholder of Kalbe Group. So, and became Martina Berto. And 1999, we bought the shares of the shareholder of Kalbe Group in Martina Berto. I was the one that part of the mergers and acquisition process. So if there is no partner, there was no partner, I cannot imagine that Martina Berto can be big like this, Marta Tilaar Group can be like this. So find out the right partner is very important. If let's say that the shareholder or the founder of SME say that no need a partner, yeah, of course, yeah. You have to, calculate yourself. Yourself can do it or not. If you cannot do it by yourself, of course, you have to find the right partner. Yeah. Find the right partner is not easy, of course. Yeah. So that's the challenge. That's the challenge. That's not easy challenge. I fully understand. One SME wanted to have partner, the family or the relatives or financial investors. That's challenge. That's not easy, but I believe that's the way it is. The other thing is, of course, the values, the discipline, the honesty, the persistence. That's very important too. So that's what I believe based on our experiences. Yeah.
Okay, but Martina Berto has exported its product since 2008, right? So, so it is now go global. So can you inspire the SME that they can also do that?
Oh yes.
Like Martina Berto did.
Yes. Okay. Now the thing is now the environment, the business environment is getting easier. Online shopping. Back to the old days, no online shopping. Export very traditional. Yeah. Martina Berto started exported before 1990. Very traditional. So okay, this is what I experienced last year. I was as a speaker at Central Java, Gombong, at Mazda Tilaar House at Gombong. You know, the audience is like 10 online shopping, local online shopping. And food beverages, furniture, you know, Gombong, very small city in Central Java, you know. And, you know, their clients is Malaysia, Thailand, you know, they're 10. And, you know, I was informed that around 30 small medium enterprise online in Gombong. I was surprised, you know. So, you know, Indonesia is, you know, lots of potential, and the Southeast Asia market for the small medium enterprise is very prospective. It's about the dedication, the strategy, and of course, as I said before, is, you know, if you cannot do yourself, of course you have to find the right partner.
Right
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah, I fully understand. Not easy. Not easy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pak Brian.
Thank you.
So we go to the last panel, Pak Diputra. Pak Diputra,
Yes.
Lazada recently announced that Lazada will help its SME to export their products to the region. So can you please tell
Yeah.
us?
Well, actually, we already did this since Lazada have another 5 ventures in Southeast Asia. We have in Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. So we already did for the pilot project. We collaborate with Backcraft at that time. So we tried to select several sellers, SMEs in Indonesia. So we do pilot project for them to selling to Malaysia through our Lazada. So from Lazada Indonesia to Lazada Malaysia. So we did this, and we tried to review all of the part that we found it at that time. The problem is still on the technical issue. So the technical wise, we try to develop, because still no one in this country, in Indonesia, trying to do this part. So how we do this is we use our warehouse. Actually, we already have internal warehouse, what we call fulfillment by Lazada. So we try to collect the product from our sellers, from the SME sellers. We try to collect them, and we store it in our storage and our warehouse in every country. So what we're trying to do is we using the bonded warehouse, is like a duty-free warehouse. So we will try it again. So why we do this? Because our pillar in Lazada, we try to engage the SMEs sellers. That we have 3 pillars. The first is we try to develop them from offline to online. And the second is we try to increase their capability from the small or medium to be a bigger sellers. And the third is we try to bring them from a local market to the global market, which is we will try to sell their product from Indonesia to another 5 countries that Lazada have.
So how do they ready their products for global market, let's say?
Yeah, in terms of the how do they ready their product, actually this is still be our homework. It's not only Lazada homework. Maybe we we spoke about the global homework. Like this is the government also. That's why we collaborate. We have a lot of event partnership with the government. For example, with the Backcraft and with Cominfo, we're trying to do a roadshow. We're trying to teach them, to educate them how what will you have and what will you do to prepare your product to be to selling in a global. But mostly the case is about how to they can have more stock rather than about the variety of product. Actually, Indonesia have a lot of variety product that can selling in overseas. But the problem is they don't know how to make a good packaging, they don't know how to make a good content, for example, if you want to sell in e-commerce. And also, they also don't know exactly how they can have a lot of stocks. So we're still trying to develop them. That's why we make a community. We try to engage them day by day, weekly, and also yearly. We always have an event to empower them, to educate them how they should prepare to do the global market.
So, talking about go global, this SME. So, does the platform of Lazada ready for that?
Yes, actually we already have, since we integrate each other in the sixth venture. We already have the platform. So when we do a pilot project, we do in Malaysia, we have one banner in Lazada homepage. If you already open Lazada, I hope so. So
Who doesn't?
okay, thank you. So in Lazada, when you open the homepage in Lazada Malaysia, we have one corner what we call Indonesia SMEs product. So we will do also in all the ventures, it's another 5 ventures, we will put our banner, our corner in there, what we call maybe Indonesia Best Choice product, Indonesia SMEs product. So we will do that, and we ever do that.
So don't forget to visit Lazada website,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Okay. We still have 2 minutes. I want to ask the audience. I will open only one for one question only. So, is there any of you want to ask the panelists? No? No? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Please, Pak.
Hello, I'd like to ask to Pak Mario. I'm Chadika from Asia. You said it before that I forgot. Was it you or Pak Edi? I forgot, but I think one of you told us that like people in Indonesia are still considering to have the business here. It's you who said, right? Because
It's me, yeah.
it's you, right?
So don't worry.
Yeah,
Handsome lookalike, right?
You were saying that it's either fortunate or unfortunate that we have the big market here. So therefore, like the SMEs are, doing the business here. But actually, is there any challenges for them if they wanted to go abroad? I mean, like, what are the challenges that they might have in doing their business abroad? Since like the other SMEs or maybe other business who comes to Indonesia, I mean, like, we know or some people think that it's easier for them to come to Indonesia and do business, while it's pretty hard for Indonesian people to do business abroad. Thank you.
So I think, first of all, to clarify, okay, I'm just joking that, it's fortunate or unfortunate. Actually, this is fortunate thing that we have a big market, right? But I think the consequence of having a huge market and then having a wonderful country is that you look inward than you look outward. So I think mindset is important. You have to change your mindset that, we are big and we are 250 million people, but, ASEAN is 600 million people. So there are a much, much bigger market out there. And of course, how do we do that? So there are a lot of online tools that actually you can use. So for example, I'm sure Lazada have a lot of things like that, but Google and Facebook, for example, you can actually go there and then you can actually see what's the market in Thailand looks like and what do they want, and using data as a tools to see, whoa, these people, they like shoes, they don't like sandals, so you sell shoes to Thailand, for example. So I think there are a lot of opportunities and there are a lot of tools that we can actually do that. But one thing very important is the mindset that we have to look outward than just looking inward. So that's my main message.
Okay, thank you. So this is the end of our panel today.